Man, this question, what are my hopes and dreams? You know, maybe I shouldn't have that drink because I'm planning on going to school to become, get a law degree so that I can get hired by the FBI, and they don't hire people with a history of drunken driving. Maybe I shouldn't have this drink. In light of what it is I want to do in the future, maybe this drink could cost me too much. It might not. I don't know what drinks cost now. It seems ridiculous to me. I'd have been better off if they had cost that much because I couldn't have afforded them. But I'm believing a cocktail now costs somewhere around $7 or $8 or something like that. We could get it for 50 cents a shot. That means $7 or $8. See, it seems horrible. But maybe I shouldn't, you know, maybe this is going to cost me more than $700 or $800. Maybe this is going to cost me my future hopes and dreams. Pretty good question, huh? What if you could get your kids and teenagers to ask that question? Like my grandson that has these great plans. And he came up with these plans all on his own. Junior college, and what he wants to do after college. He made a change. It's just the Lord. This young man, he came out here and he was living with us, and I took him over to school to help him get enrolled, and he told the counselor there the day he was enrolling that he had messed up in some of his grades, and they had his transcripts, and they were looking, and he told the counselor he wanted to graduate, and the counselor said, graduate? There's no way you can graduate on time. He said you'd have to go to night school, you'd have to do this, and you'd have to do that, and these are the classes that you'd have to take, and you'd have to go to school during the summer, and this is, I mean, it sounded so hard, I thought, forget it. I wouldn't want to do all that stuff. I didn't tell him that. Then he left here and went back to Texas. And the schools in Texas that the one that my daughter had to work with are horrible in their management. I'm not saying what they teach is horrible, but he still had all of these things to do. And he called me up a little while later and he said, Grandpa, I'm going to walk across the stage and get my diploma. He did all of those things. Not because of something I did or anyone else that I know of. It just something snapped inside of him, and he had all of these hopes and dreams and plans that he had. In light of my future hopes and dreams, is this a wise thing for me to do? Not do my homework, to cut classes, cut school? Wouldn't it be great if your kids were thinking that way, or your grandkids? Or if you were thinking that way? In light of my future hopes and dreams? What is the wise thing to do? So if you turn that all into one question, you'd say, in light of my past experiences, my current circumstances, and my future hopes and dreams, what would be the wise thing for me to do? That's all now what? One question. But it'll only help if you do what? Ask it. And see, I kind of set you up because if you know how to make a wise decision and you walk away from the wisdom, what are you walking to? Foolishness. And in danger of becoming a scoffer, a mocker. In danger of hurting not only yourself, but others? One question. I remember when I was 45 years old and I picked up a book that changed my life. Just from reading that book. I started dreaming all of a sudden, those future hopes and dreams. What a difference life has been since then. Didn't happen all at once. God has a way of, and we're going to study this one week, God has a way of perfecting things that you commit to Him. When you can't get it right, you tried, it didn't work, you come to the end of yourself, one of the best things that you can ever do, come to the end of yourself. See, I was that prideful fool. I know, I don't care. I'll do it anyway. But you get to the point where then you decide, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. But you find yourself doing it again. And then the day comes that you say, Father, I can't do this. I commit this to you. That's why Paul came to the place of saying that he was confident. I think I wrote that scripture down for you so that you can go to it and see it. No, it must be in my other notes. Anyway, the Apostle Paul said something that some of us need to come to. Just commit what it is that you're dealing with or can't deal with. Commit it to the Lord. He said, I'm confident that the Lord will perfect in me that which I commit to Him. He'll make it right. You do things like you don't know. You don't know why you do these things. I mean, you don't know how it even happened. I had, at one point in my life, replaced water with beer. If I was thirsty, I drank beer. If I got up in the morning, first thing in the morning, and was thirsty, I'd grab a beer. All day long. I drank basically a case of beer and a fifth of vodka every day. Every day. You know, you drank so much that your wife comes to you and she says, ask you a question or something. And you give her an answer. Her next question is, Richard, are you sober? I was highly insulted. I hadn't had a drink. Hadn't even had a beer. I said, what do you mean am I sober? And she very lovingly, this was not condemning. She was not being condemning. She said, Richard, I can't tell anymore. And I thought, what do you mean? You can't tell if I'm drunk or if I'm sober. You mean I'm acting like I'm drunk when I'm sober? And I know how bad I acted when I was drunk. But you take that same person and I'm setting up in a bar. And I'm drinking beer with a friend. I'm not depressed, I'm not angry. I have a beer in front of me, drinking it out of a glass. Empty the bottle into the glass. I'm sitting there holding it and looking at it. Pick up the glass and emptied it. I set the glass down. And I heard myself say something really strange. I mean, this was really strange. I said, I'm not going to drink this stuff anymore. And we sat there in the bar for at least 2 more hours just talking. Didn't have another beer. And have not had one since. That was almost 40 years ago, you guys. Have I been tempted? Yes. But the Lord told me, see, that He gives you the wisdom. You know what I do now? I can think about a beer. Going out to the beach, getting some fresh crab, having them throw it in, live crab, having them throw it in the pot, getting an ice cold can of beer and turning it up and eating that. Oh, that's so good. And I do that all I want to now. But I just don't want to today. And so I don't have any law saying I can't do this or I can't do that. And that's what the Lord will give you the wisdom. Don't make a law for yourself. All you're going to do is break it. So there's some things you can find. I do that all I want to. I just don't want to right now.
It works with the diet.
It works with a diet? That's good. And it's been working. I need to work it from the other direction. Well, our time is up. You guys get anything out of this? Glory to God.